Kia ora and welcome to the Cricketers Network for another week, and I'm joined by a couple of superstars who are current cricketers. Sometimes they're previously cricketers, but now today we have two current cricketers. He's just been playing for Auckland and he's back. It's Jimmy Neesham.
How you going?
Good, mate. And she gets the big intro because it's her first time on the show. She's played over 350 games for her country. She's just got back into this country from, I think, her 74th World Cup that she's been a part of. It is the one and only Suzie Bates.
Thanks, guys. Hi.
Welcome back.
It's good to be home.
Yeah?
A bit early, but that's all right.
A little early. We don't want to rake over the coals, though. Did you have a nice time?
People ask that, and I think when you go to a World Cup, you go there to win, and if you leave early, it's never that fun. But I think the group, all in all, we didn't play as well as we would have liked against the top four teams, and then a couple of rained off matches, which was really frustrating. So we did have a nice week off in Colombo. It was like a mid-tour break, but yeah, when you come home early and not making the semi-finals, we didn't have heaps of fun, but we are still smiling. And yeah, that last game for Soph was really special, and yeah, we didn't send her off quite the way we would have liked, but look, it's we came off that World Cup T20 win, so it's a bit of a down buzz, but at least we've still got that in the memories.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about Soph in a minute, but let's talk. I imagine both of you have played in Colombo and in Sri Lanka quite a bit. What do you do with a week off in Colombo?
It's actually quite a nice place.
Yeah.
Nice beaches, we go elephant sanctuary, all that kind of thing. Do a bit of native wildlife kind of stuff.
So you're a get out and about kind of cricketer? Because some of them just stay in the hotel room, don't they?
Well, it depends if I'm in the runs or not. If I'm playing well, I'll just cocoon it in my room and not talk to anyone. But yeah, if I've got a few runs lately, you go and get involved with it. Yeah, sure.
Yes,
Get by the pool.
I was at lots. Nice restaurant, really good food, restaurants.
Yeah.
Tuk-tuk rides. Yeah, there was a bit. Scotty was actually over there, so that we got out and about, and he knew a few people from a trip he'd done there previously. So
Awesome.
We were wined and dined, and I didn't play the rain card, but I should have.
So did you get to Singakara and Jai Wardener's restaurant?
I did not. I have been there before, but I didn't go this time. What's it, Ministry of Crab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. You'd love it too.
I bet you I would.
Big bib.
Have you ever been? You'd like Sri Lanka.
I'd love to go to Sri Lanka. It's one of my absolute bucket lists. We need to tour. I need to follow one of the teams there next time. We are touring, but
That'll be in January.
Okay, well maybe not that soon. I'm supposed to go to the Lord's Test in June. I probably can't pull another one. But look, who in the team are the get out and about? Is there like a group that goes out in the ferns that are a bit more adventurous? And we talked to Katie Martin on the show a couple of weeks ago, and she'd been trying to go for runs through, I think it was Mumbai.
Why isn't it funny?
It's not funny for the reason you think it's funny to me. It's funny because there was a lot of people, and she said she couldn't get up any pace because there's just too many people around.
Yeah, we have. I think the white ferns are pretty good. Sophie doesn't like to get out that much unless it's golf. She's a bit of a cocooner. The younger, there's a lot of people that anyone tries to find a good coffee. So there's a real.
Oh yeah.
They'll literally Uber to a cafe and back. I feel like Mealy and I will like to go wandering, and she likes to take her camera. But when we were in Mumbai, they wanted to stop her every 5 seconds for selfies. So
Of course.
I think we're pretty good actually. Like the support staff, some of the male support staff like Macca and Dean don't get out much. Macca only goes shopping.
Shopping?
Yeah, he
Like clothes shopping?
yeah, weird shopping.
It's like you get a good deal over there.
But
Oh.
So Macca will be hunting that out.
Oh, so
he actually bought a mini frying pan.
What?
And then he also
Macca,
bought a
yes.
fence, part of a fence that was on sale. I don't know.
Part of a fence?
Yeah, I don't know. Fence. You have to ask him. You have to get him on the show and ask
I
him
would
about
love
his shopping. Apparently he's a bit of a hoarder, so.
He bought a pan all the way back from Sri Lanka.
It was to like.
I don't imagine him as much of a cuisine, sort of a gourmand. when I
No,
think
he's
of-
he knows what he likes and he sticks to it. So I think it was when we went to the ground, he wanted to be able to like just cook
I was just
An
about to
eagle.
say that. It'll be the chef won't prepare the thing the way he wants it. So he'll be, oh, bugger that, I'm going to get myself a pan and I'm going to make it the way I want to make
Without
my
any
steak.
flavour or spice.
Yeah,
or
like
anything.
no, just salt and like oil, that's it. Like no spices, no garlic, no anything. Yeah. I see you, Macca, I know what you're up to.
I was going to make a wild generalisation about people from Canterbury then, but I won't do that because I feel like that's unfair.
We're not even getting into what part of a fence. That's
You honestly have to get him on the show because I only got part of the story, but there was definitely a fence and a pan.
like a picket.
Yeah, I think maybe something to do with his putting green at home. Or I don't know. So he only goes shopping, and
Okay.
Dean and Ben and Wiz gets, Paul Wiseman gets out. They do a lot of scouting, or so they say.
Scouting?
Yeah, they're in their rooms on their computers doing analysis.
Oh, okay. That's better than that. what it sounds like, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
So yes, there is a first-time World Cup champion in India, and is this the floodgates? The floodgates going to open now for India and women's cricket?
Yeah, I think it probably already had with the IPL, especially the last 3 years. But yeah, I think just being over there while they were gaining momentum, they sort of had a bit in the middle where they weren't winning and it looked like they might not make the semis, but once they got into that semis, the momentum and the crowd started building, and yeah, they've got some absolute superstars that are going to be around the game for a long time. Smriti Mandana and Jimmy Rodriguez. So
A lot of batting talent, right?
yeah, they're very, very good batting side and some young fast bowlers and spinners, and they're only going to get more and more depth through that IPL. So yeah, it's exciting for the game because I think, as Jimmy would have seen in the men's game, it's kind of scary, the talent that can come through, and with the IPL, what it does to the game and how quickly players kind of can go from domestic cricket to international.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, congrats, India.
Yeah.
Better than Australia, I
I almost
think. but-
believed you then. What was the feeling like throughout the tournament? We had some relatively regular updates from, well, Katie, who's not in the team obviously, but had Sofon, had Eden on, and it all seemed very positive, but I think those two rain-outs in Colombo almost broke the spirit, didn't it?
Yeah, it sort of felt like the first two games we were on really good batting wickets, and Australia and South Africa batted really well, and we perhaps didn't execute with the ball as well as we would have liked, and there were some high scoring games, and then we kind of got that first win against Bangladesh, played really well, and then the momentum that we thought we could have got playing Sri Lanka and Pakistan was halted because of the rain, and we sort of went 13 days without having a bat in the middle, which is
Yeah.
because we bowled in both the games that were rained off, so that's kind of unheard of in a World Cup when you go over there and yeah, you have almost 2 weeks without actually batting, and there's only so much training you can do. It's just that momentum was halted, and then we had two massive games against India and England, and I thought we played reasonably well against India, but their openers, 200-run partnership, that kind of killed the game, and then we were pretty average against England, which was disappointing, but I don't know, I think there's some huge positives. Brooke Halliday was outstanding with the bat. She really came on for us. Izzy Gaze at number 7 scored a truckload of runs, but we just didn't quite fire. Our opening bowlers and our opening batters didn't really set the tone as well as we did in Dubai, and yeah, it's just the game sometimes. So there'll be a big review, I'd imagine, and we don't actually play international cricket till February, so there's
Okay.
domestic cricket now, and yeah, so it's kind of a break and then reset.
Yeah. Do you get any eyes on much of the World Cup, Jimmy?
Tough time zone, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, especially a couple of rainouts, and then it was pretty tough going towards the back end. But yeah, so I think like Suzie talking about not getting momentum through, it just sounded so familiar with our last T20 World Cup in the West Indies. Like you try and get momentum, even like on training days, it's raining, you're not really getting out there, and then all of a sudden you blink and the tournament's half gone. You don't really feel like you've even got going yet.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the thing that bugs you the most looking back on tournaments like that is if you fire a shot and you're up with the big boys and then it doesn't quite work out, you kind of take that. It kind of it's the game really. It's annoying when you feel like you never really got out of first gear, which I feel like probably the girls felt a little bit.
Yeah. I said we wouldn't rake over the coals, and we sort of are. But I wanted to ask you one question, Suzie, because a couple of no scores in the first 2 games, and then you get hit in front in the 3rd game for no score, and you send it upstairs. It was not out. How are those few seconds?
Yeah, I've actually started 2 World Cups like that with 2 no scores, which you have to dive pretty deep to kind of get past that, as much as you just want to focus on the next game. But yeah, I remember standing there with Georgia. I think I prayed briefly, not sure who to, but please let this
Anyway,
one.
listen, right?
Yeah, I was out of my crease quite a bit, and I felt like it had hit me maybe outside the line, but it was a bit of just a prayer. I feel like as an opener, when you've got 2 and you're on 2 ducks, you're allowed to use one. So yeah.
No one's begrudging you their review. But no.
Yeah.
The actual pressure in that situation, though, is
I was going to say, you're not
it's on the
stranger to a
non-striker. It's on the non-striker.
Oh, right.
Because I remember having a similar situation. Tom Latham was going through a bit of a lean patch, and he got hit early in front of the stumps, and he came down and he goes, "What do you think?" And I was like, "It looks so good." Like, when you know it looks good, and I was like, "Nah, I think it's out." And then you're watching the big screen as the non-striker going like, "Please be out. Like, please be out." Because like he's walking off looking at the big screen, and if it's sliding,
Yeah, you're in trouble.
you're just like, "Oh no!" Like,
I don't think Georgia was ever going to say it's out,
Yeah.
but it's funny because there's like this on the ground. There's like this heartbeat, so it's like ba-dum, ba-dum. As it's like,
yeah.
so
that's not
you actually
helpful.
feel like your heart's coming over your chest, and to have the 3rd duck would have been a heartbreaker. But then I got in, was feeling really good, and then got run out. So it was just one of those starts that you kind of, doesn't matter what prep you do, it just wasn't ideal. But I don't know, I've been there before, so you just kind of get on with it. Next game, start again.
Yeah. So when you are the non-striker and your partner's been hit and they come up and they ask, "What do you think?" Do you ever just go, "You are plum duck, mate.
Yes.
Go on."
And the tendencies of the other players too. So there are some batters that you have to convince to use a review. Because they don't want to be selfish and burn it.
Sure.
And then there are other guys that can be hitting them on the toe in front of middle, and they come down and go, "Sliding?" and you go, "There's 43 overs left in this game. We might need one of these reviews." And you have to be like, "Sorry."
Well, it's like, and there's like people on debut, or like, like people that have had a bad run, or that are desperate to not be out. So there's all those emotions that come with it that sometimes you've just got to say, "Oh, I think that was out."
And then you have the embarrassing one, like at the back end. I remember we had 2 against Ireland at Adelaide Oval in the couple of World Cups ago, and we had 2 reviews left, and it was the 19th play or 20th over, and I got hit, and I was basically walking off, and Daryl Mitchell comes to me and goes, "Mate, we've got 2 reviews, like, you might as well use it, like, why not?"
That's a good point.
I was like,
Because
"Sure,
it's plump."
it's heated up." And I just had to watch 6 replays, and he just hit in the shin in front of middle and off, going on to like hit middle. And when they're doing the ultra edge, they're going, "I'm not sure if there's a gap there, like, can we have another angle?" And you're sitting there going, "I haven't hit it, just go to the DM."
You should be able to say, I haven't hit it, skip that part.
And then the funny thing was, I got off finally, and I sat in the changing room, and I went, "Oh, that is like the most embarrassingly plum LBW review." And I looked up at the TV, and Mitch Sampson got hit exactly the same. And I see Daryl coming down going, and I'm watching it, and he reviewed it, and it was even worse than mine. It was even plumber in consecutive balls. And then Mitch came in and sat down next to me. I was like, "Those aren't the 2 best reviews we've done in our life." He goes, "Daryl made me."
Yeah, you don't want to become a meme, do you, as the worst review of all time, because the meme won't put the game in any context.
No one sees that it's 19.4 and there's 2 reviews left. They just see you being selfish and burning one.
Oh, it's a nightmare, isn't it, the review thing?
Yeah, well, at least they have it, because I actually made a joke to the umpire after. I said, if that had been 10 years ago, I'd be sitting on my 3rd duck, because we didn't have reviews.
Of course, yeah.
So the umpire gave that one out, I think.
I can tell you that I was out LBW in our last ever game without DRS in India, and it was missing, and I was on about 70. And it still burns me to this day. It was in about 2016.
Oh, that was when I think the rest of the world had it, but India still wasn't using it?
Refusing to use it. So you use it everywhere except Indian home games. And Ashwin went around the wicket, turned, I swept, and it was missing off by a mile. Just fired, and I was...
Cost him 100.
Literally.
Did? In a test match?
We'll just add it to your stats on Wikipedia.
Test match at someone else, eh? Indoor maybe?
Oh, indoor. We played in indoor. Yeah.
And yeah, very dark about that.
Yeah.
But, hey, we'll move on. There's plenty of things that you could
Jeez.
remember of your
took
career.
3 test centuries and still only played that many tests. Anyway, it's
And
not going
Mark
to
Craig
that.
ran me out on 70 in Barbados as well. So could have had 4.
Do you remember them like this?
I only really remember the most. I've actually got a terrible memory. I remember the most recent, and then this World Cup I'll try to forget about. I won't remember.
I was going to say, as a cricketer, it's probably a good thing to have a bit of a goldfish memory, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Move on quickly.
Yes, I wish I had that. Yeah.
Now, I noticed from the social media that was coming from the World Cup that there was a lot of singing in the White Ferns. You're sort of quite notorious for your enthusiasm around singing.
Enthusiasm's a good word.
Yeah,
Not talent.
Is that something that is helpful for morale? And do you think the men should be doing more singing?
Well, I do. We didn't win the World Cup, but we definitely won the anthems.
Yeah, bet you
We
did.
absolutely belted them. It was a really good version where you could sing loud and it wasn't too high. And the only other team,
tempo, a bit
yeah,
quicker.
a bit quicker, but it was
Yeah.
just the right. You know, when it's too quiet and then it gets really high and then everyone gets a bit shy. But the only other team I heard was England.
Oh, yes.
But theirs is a bit shouty, isn't it? So it's easy to sing that.
It is shouty, but I always, still to this day, you can look as they go along the line and people will still sing Queen and then change at the last thing, at the last second.
Yeah, sure, it would be hard.
Men and women, they both do it. So what do you think, Jimmy? Do you think there's room for a bit more voice within within men's cricket?
We'll do a straw poll though.
Okay.
We'll see. Guys like Kane Williamson, Mitch Santner,
know, but
all the
there's-
leaders in our group really love like outward displays of emotion and performing. Yeah, I reckon that'll go down real well.
Well, we did have to do the waiata. So the White
Yes.
Ferns through Millie and Jess and Sophie have brought in the waiata, and I think we're okay at it now, but we practice with the boys because when South Africa come, I think there's
The double header?
Pofidi with both teams.
Oh, okay, yes.
So the boys had to learn it. So I'm looking forward to that because when the boys sing the waiata and the girls, it's just, has that more so that hopefully they'll be practicing, but I'm not sure.
You don't sing Kane.
Is it that obvious?
It was contracted players. So.
Yeah, contracted players only, so I think I might have to sit that out. It might be the latest round of the CPA negotiations is trying to get the non-contracted guys to sing.
Yeah, for a fee, he'll sing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's always a number for everything.
I'm pretty sure you've sung in some Indian commercials. You've certainly done.
There were some big numbers going around there too. So
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, okay, I get that. All right, before we move on from the Ferns, what are you guys going to do now if you're not playing until February? So it's just sort of Super Smash and...
Yep, so we've kind of been given till next week off. So
Yeah.
I've had the skipping, doing house jobs because I'm never at home. But then, HBJ starts next weekend. So
Oh, of
there's
course, yeah.
3 rounds before Christmas. And then Super Smash, I think there's a North vs South series, which might be just before Christmas, which they'll use for, I guess, the T20 World Cup selection.
That's a great idea. North Island versus South Island.
Yeah, although the teams aren't that even at the moment, so they might manipulate, but it's meant to be.
You mean South Island's much stronger?
No, okay, well, there's only 2 teams.
I know.
So North get 4 teams, so.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, we've had it for the
No,
last-
Central District's the top of the South as well.
No, it's only Nelson though, I think.
Yeah, there's still 3 teams in the South Island. Sort of.
I think there's 1 female from Nelson, but anyway. So we've got North vs South, which is kind of good because it's like an extra level of competition where there's some cricket coming up in February, the next White Ferns.
Yeah, right.
And then Super Smash, so yeah.
we love that. We did the North-South.
Yeah, I was
maybe
gonna say.
7 or 8 years ago, maybe. It was brilliant because it was state of origin. So it wasn't who you were. So I was playing for Otago at the time. So all my teammates were South, but then I got put back in the North, and it was brilliant. Because you never really get that proper, like in the nets, it's not the same as
no.
competitive instinct. And then all of a sudden I was bowling a Jacob Duffy and facing Nathan McCullum, and it was brilliant. Because you always have a lot of banter in the nets, don't you, about what's 6 and what's out and
Yeah.
all that kind of thing. But it's like you can properly find out now.
Oh my God, a series like that would be a great way to kick off the Super Smash, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Like three double headers. I'd love that.
And like when it is actually where you're born, I think it makes
Yeah,
it.
totally.
Because I would, no offence, but I'd never play for Auckland. I'd have to play for South.
You realise the North Island has other places other than Auckland.
No, but I know maybe.
No, but that's how South Islanders think. The South Islanders think that the South Island has all these different and unique places, and the North Island is Auckland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they think. All right, so this has happened over the weekend. Kane Williamson has retired from T20 internationals. This is how people retire now. They do it incrementally through a number of different formats. He's done it in a very Kane way. He hasn't done it pre-series. He hasn't done it. There's no sort of victory lap or anything like that. He's just done it quietly, saying, I don't want to be considered for the World Cup. So I don't know. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously been a phenomenal player for us at the top of the order for a long time. I think he's made no secret in the last couple of years around his priorities shifting around family time and trying to sort of find a bit more life balance in that respect. And he's still probably first on the team sheet almost in Tests and ODIs, and wants to continue through to that next World Cup in one-day cricket. And Tests is obviously his most treasured format, so it just makes sense, doesn't it, really, to make it a lot simpler for everyone and jettison one of the formats. I think it's, we've seen it a lot around the world now, guys like Ben Stokes and Steve Smith and Mitch Stark, all doing similar things towards the back end of their careers. So the lads will obviously continue business as normal, really, because you don't dwell, the space in the dressing room doesn't wait for anyone. You move on, and we've got a World Cup coming up in a couple of months, and
do you think
to that.
Do you think both of you can answer this? But do you think there's a part of him that thinks his game isn't really suited to the absolute power game that is the T20 cricket now?
I mean, reading between the lines of his announcement, talking about the game has evolved and all that kind of thing, and how we had England and Australia both here on our shores in the last couple of months who played a very, very power dominant game. I think the game is moving in that respect. I think you need to have, I suppose, aggressive options from ball one now, and I think the thing with Kane as well is that I've always found, talking to him about T20 batting, is that he really treasures his wicket. He's grown up through his whole life just putting a price on his wicket, and when you talk to him about scooping or reverse sweeping or that kind of thing, he'd always go, but it's quite risky. But that's the game. You have to just risk manage the whole way through,
and you never see him slog, do you? Like, he doesn't play. He plays beautiful cricket shots.
No. And even when he did have those innings where I think the World Cup in Dubai, when he got 85 off 45 or something against Australia, it's all now-see cricket shots. It's giving himself room and beating point and coming across and basket leg and that kind of thing.
That was a hell of an innings. So I remember that.
Yeah, so he'll be missed in the dressing room mainly. He'll be missed as a leader and as a bloke. And for us guys that only play T20, it's probably going to affect us more. And the rest of the guys will just see him in the one-day team and the Test team as well. So it'll be business as usual.
There's players like that. Obviously, you guys only play the two formats, but it was sort of when T20 cricket became more predominant in the women's game. There were sort of one-day specialists that were initially in that T20 side that retired. I think Amy Satterthwaite's sort of one. She probably felt like she was too slow a batter.
Yeah,
for T20s.
Like, just listening to Jimmy, like, it sort of fascinates me that it hasn't happened more, because we only have to play 50 over cricket and 20 over, and sometimes your batting translates in those formats. But to add Test matches to that, to specialise in all three as a top order batter, I sort of think, how does my training look, and how do I peak for certain events? So I'm sure we're going to see people specialise more and more, and I think in the women's game it'll happen as well. Like Sophie Devine retiring from one-day cricket, still good enough to be in our best 11, probably had one of her best tournaments just recently, but with the franchise tournaments, I guess being an all-rounder in bowling and batting, it's just probably prolonging her career that bit further. But I love one-day cricket because we don't play Test, that's sort of our pinnacle, but we don't get a lot of it. And then I'm thinking about 20 over cricket, and you do I guess, train differently, prepare differently. So it's going in and out of those formats. And yeah, Kane had a way that he did all three, but now's probably the right time for him to specialise. And yeah, it's just, I think it's going to happen more often. It's difficult. Like you see where the Black Caps go, and I think the White Ferns will head that way too. Like the top order, just power, boundaries, slogging.
But it's interesting, like from my perspective, because it's actually happening the opposite way that I think everyone thought it was going to happen. I think when T20 cricket came in, everyone thought it would be a young man's game, and the older guys would continue playing the longer formats of the game. But I think what's actually happened is that physically, guys can't handle the 4-day, 5-day game along with the other formats as well as they move into their 30s, and guys are actually retiring from the longer format first, especially guys who bowl, because just on your body it's so much more rigorous than the shorter formats. And then you're seeing guys, say someone like a Faf du Plessis is a perfect example, sort of graduate their retirements from red ball first and then play both white ball formats, and then eventually retire from one-day cricket as well, and then just hang around on the franchise circuit as long as you can, for obviously financial motivations. But I think one of the cool things about Kane is that he's a purist of the game, and he's wants to continue in Test cricket and to continue in one-day cricket, which I think is his strongest format. And it takes a bit of introspection, I guess, to hand away the T20 game, because that's where the financial benefits come mostly outside of the international game. So he's obviously again sort of put the game first and put the team first, and it's an impressive decision.
Yeah. Well, we wish both Kane and Sophie all the best. Two absolute titans of the game to go in 1 week is from two different formats, obviously. Now we'll move on because Jimmy's got a tea time. But I want to talk. Let's stick with Test cricket, but not New Zealand Test cricket. The Ashes are coming up. Now they're really trying to build this as some sort of, particularly the English, as some sort of redemption for the infamous Johnny Bairstow run out. The Barmy Army have a chant they've come up with. I won't try and recreate it. I don't think it scans very well as lyrics put into a song. You would, as somebody who has musical aspirations, Suzie, you would hate it. Okay, cool. I'd love to know your thoughts. Are you team stay in your crease, or are you team spirit of cricket in the case of the Johnny Bairstow, Alex Carey situation? They're both reluctant to answer, potentially.
Well, the stay in your crease, the Johnny Bairstow one was out.
Okay, I agree.
To start.
I totally agree.
You can't just, the ball was pretty much still in the air going to the keeper, and he's already walking out of his crease.
Yeah.
Like, there needs to be some level of looking around and seeing that the ball's dead, or because if Alex Carey had missed it and it had gone for 4, he would have run.
Yep.
The ball's not dead.
No.
So from that perspective, I think the man-cat argument is a completely different argument in my perspective. I think, the rule is terribly worded around when you actually can leave the crease. There's no defined moment when you're actually allowed to start running as a batter.
Okay.
And B, guys and girls have different bowling actions, different speeds of delivery stride. We've seen guys, Tariq in the CPL, have you seen him bowl? He runs up and lands on his back foot and stands there for about 3 seconds.
Yep.
So as a batter, if I'm backing up, am I meant to start backing up and then stop fully, and he can stand there as long as he wants, and I just have to stand there looking at him? Like what situation are we going to end up with where guys are attempting man-cats left, right and centre? And I think, for me, the advantage you gain is so small, and to lose your wicket seems like an overly...
But some people take the piss, you have to admit.
Yes.
They're halfway down the pitch. Anyway, I want to know Susie's opinion.
Agree with the best though, like in women's cricket, because the keeper's not like miles back. If I charge, miss it, they throw it at the stumps, I'm out. Like if I'm batting miles out of my crease, which I sometimes do, I miss it, they have a free shot, I'm out of my crease. So I'm trying to gain an advantage batting out of my crease. So they try and get me out. I know it's slightly different, but
with Bairstow, he was careless, really. He just walked straight out before the umpire called over. That was, and that happens in sport as well. If you're careless and you don't respect the rules, or you're absent-mindedly wander, then there has to be punishment for that as well.
Yeah, there was one on the Sheffield Shield recently. Did you see this?
No.
So the keeper was up to spin and took the ball and was just waiting, and the batter had obviously 1 foot in the crease, 1 foot out, completely balanced, not attempting a run or anything. And then he went to shift his weight to scratch the crease, and the keeper took the bails off. For me, that's rubbish. Like, the ball is dead.
Okay.
The ball is dead. The keeper is holding the ball, the batter is standing there with control of his body in the crease. For me, the ball's dead. So you can't just wait forever for a batter to move. You know, like there has to be a line.
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's fair. I fair.
Wait, there was one in the World Cup where there was an LBW appeal, one of the Pakistan players against India. And so she was sort of like not looking at the umpire, I think, 'cause she didn't want to know if it was out. And as she was kind of turning around, the player just threw the ball at the stumps and her bat was in the air. She was actually out LBW and run out, but they didn't review it. But that's sometimes, and the man can, if it's the last 2 overs and the batter is like blatantly trying to gain, distance, and you give them a warning. I think if you give them a warning and then they keep doing it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there needs to be a concrete moment when you're allowed to leave your crease. So it needs to be when the bowler's front foot lands, or something that you can actually.
Isn't it when they let go of the ball?
So no, it's not. Apparently, it's when one could reasonably have expected them to let go of the ball, which is ludicrous wording for anything.
It's such a cricket law.
Yeah.
God.
So for me, it would be solved instantly. You can leave the crease when the bowler's front foot lands, and if you leave earlier than that, it's a 1-run penalty if you run. And we already checked the front foot no ball with the third umpire every ball.
Yep.
So then simultaneously the umpire looks at the front foot no ball and then looks at where the batters, and it's just done like that. And then the umpire just gets a call, and same as a 1 short is currently ruled, they just go 1 short. You're not going to do that more than once or twice as a batter. It's costing you a run every time.
And then people stop man-cutting.
And then people stop man-cutting. Because it also sucks the atmosphere out of the game. A bowler runs in, pauses, tries to run a batter out. It's not out. The whole crowd goes, it's kind of...
True.
Over rates are important as well. There's too much just...
It's a nice bit of drama, though.
Dilly-dallying
We're talking about it 2 years later. I mean,
yeah.
They're kind of... I mean, it's different for fans as opposed to actual players. We just enjoy the drama and you live it.
Yeah. And it's... Yeah. Probably, if it does get over popular, I guess it's quite good that Kane retired from T20s, because he is the kind of guy that is just drifting at the non-strike.
Oh, really? Are you guys back? Do you back up much?
I do. I've been run out a few times at the non-strikers end. Like Georgia hits it really hard and straight, and the bowlers drop it onto the stumps. So I'm a bit like, well, I don't want to get out like that.
No.
Certain players, Sophie hits it so hard.
We had 2 guys get out like that in the last ODI.
Yeah, I reckon that's never happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's...
But they're not backing up to get a run either. They're just sort of falling. That's what I do. I just fall out of my crease. I'm like, well, what's the point? I'm not like ready to run fast. It's just a bit lazy. But it's like when you face up, you switch on. Sometimes down the non-strikers end, you do switch. You're sort of having your time to not concentrate, which is, that sounds really bad. But
and occasionally, as we said before with the reviews, because you're meant to switch off, right? When you're at the non-strikers end, the cricket is a game of on, off, on, off. Often you'll get hit and you'll go down to the non-striker and you'll go, what do you think?
Oh my
gosh. I don't know. I was
miles away.
I was just thinking about the ball before. Like,
you do you and I'll do me. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, look, well, we wish all the teams the best. News today that Cameron Green, it looks like he's out of the first test, so that evens things up as well.
I forgot we were talking about the Ashes then.
Yeah, we were, technically.
Well, when do we do score predictions?
Well, we could do that now. Most people are saying like 3-1 or something Australia, but I don't know. I think it's more brittle than that. I
can't see a draw happening unless there's weather.
Yeah, there'll be weather in Sydney, right?
Wow, probably.
Yeah.
I'm going to go no draws.
No draws, okay.
3-2 Australia.
Okay.
Bumper series. But England win the last one. So it's 3-1 up. And then
so it's not down to the last. Okay, right.
I'm going to go 4-1.
4-1 Australia. Wow.
Well, I just feel like, England have turned up to New Zealand. They're not going that good.
No, that's a good point. That there's some players in that top 6 that don't like a swinging ball, and the second test, of course, is a pink ball test in Brisbane, so they might struggle against that. Yeah, I like that. 3-1. Yeah, that's good. All right.
Where you go?
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 Australia too,
What's a draw?
with some sort of rain-affected draw.
Yeah.
So we're all going to Australia. I hope it's closer than that.
Yeah, same. It'd be great if England took the first one like India did last year when they were in
Where's
Australia.
the first one?
Perth.
Oh.
Yeah. They got some quick bowlers though. Anyway, we're just going to finish up with what we always do. Suzie, it's your first time on the show, so we asked this of everyone, what other type of cricketer would you like to be? Now, just to refresh your memory, Jimmy, you said that you would like to keep the batting the same, but you'd like to be a left-arm spinner.
Yeah. So I think, if I remember correctly, I said I wanted to be Mitch Santner, but stronger and hit bigger bombs. And then he hit one on the roof of Westpac a couple nights ago. So he reminded me of that instantly as soon as it happened.
So here we go, Suzie. Now, you've kind of done everything in cricket. You've been a medium pace bowler, you've been a spin bowler, top order batter, middle order batter. Didn't you keep for a while?
Oh, when I was really young.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be the same left arm spinner in the women's game is gold.
Okay.
So I'd bowl left arm.
Left arm offies?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't even need to turn. Just left arm at the stumps. Like my right arm.
Okay.
And then I reckon just being like a middle, like a Jimmy Neesham middle order.
5, 6,
Whacker.
7?
Yeah.
A whacker?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call him a whacker. That's good.
And I did say I'd also be a 21-year-old boy too, but that's
Hey, we all want to be that.
just the
Just
lucrative
financially.
deals financially.
Yeah.
It might be a smart decision, but no.
Oh
If
yeah,
not-
the first thing I would change if I could would be my passport. Indian passport
Yeah, that would
as a
help.
young cricketer is worth about 10 mil. So
Oof.
yeah, it does hurt.
So you could go, yeah. Your parents could go to India,
Yeah.
have their child born there, come back to New Zealand.
And then you get to choose. I hope you'd still choose.
Well, then you can just play IPL as not non-overseas. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a local IPL player,
So
Yeah.
yeah.
there are guys that you wouldn't even recognise on the street who are on 600 grand for like the IPL. You know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with who I am. Just
And on that note, I think that's going to wrap us up for this episode. We should all be happy with who we are. Thank you so much once again to Jimmy Neesham and Suzie. I hope you'll come back soon.
cool.
Thank you. Good luck with the domestic one-day competition that you're both involved in.
I thought you were about to say golf.
And also golf.
Yes.